Hi everyone, welcome back to another cut above with Chris. I've just finished off my face shave literally a second ago, and I'm going to do a head shave now using the exact same stuff I just used for my face shave, which is Ginger's Garden Fig and Rum, custom scent made for me to imitate rum and raisin ice cream, and it really does imitate rum and raisin ice cream. Beautiful, sweet, sort of raisiny, rummy. It's just lovely, really nice. The brush I'll be using is still loaded up. I'm going to carry on with this load and hopefully have enough in it. Another cut above commission brush from Tony Forsyth Custom Brushes, TF Custom Brushes, made in Australia. The cast itself is Phantom Nebula, and it's actually made over here in Western Australia, and then he ships them over east. Yeah, I've got a little bit of redness down here, just a little bit, just in this sort of area here. I did get quite a bit of burn from it, but the shave itself was superb. It's very close. $4.75 I think I paid for two of these razors. The Bic. Did I just show you it? I can't remember. Bic Flex5, 5 blades. A little stainless steel ball just here. Doesn't do anything for the razor. All it does is add weight and gives it a good balance. As you can see, I can balance that instantly on my finger. So it's got good balance. Got a nice bit of weight. It's not got a lot of weight. I've got a bit. And let's see how we go. Just fill this soap up. Wait the head. Let's see how we go. I'm not going to need a super thick lather because I'm using a cartridge. I don't really need the protection that you need with your double-edged razors. This is the same load from when I did my face shave, 3 passes, and as you can see, it's still pumping out a good bit of lather. Right, I'm just going to go straight against the grain with the Bic Flex5. It feels pretty smooth. I mean, one thing that I don't get with this, if I'm honest, is any sort of real enjoyment. It's just let's just go, and that's all I get from it. It's not actually doing a very good job, if I'm honest. It's alright. It's leaving quite a fair bit of hair, but I'm just going to dip the tips here and see if I can sort of reactivate this lather a bit. Say it's not about having a super thick lather now, just want enough on here. It's just a little bit thin. I'm just going to go back to the puck, to the soap. Just get a bit on the tips. There we go, that's a bit better straight away. Just dissipating a little bit on me there because there's just not enough left in the brush. That's better. Doesn't feel quite as smooth on my head, and if I'm honest, not as smooth as the DE razor either. It's doing a good job though. I think that first pass here I sort of didn't help the razor at all with the sort of pull lather. Is it easier to use than a DE? Yes, a lot easier. There's no worrying about nicking myself really. You can still nick yourself with these razors, but it's very, very hard to do. Does it give as good a shave? I'd have to say yeah, it does, yeah. I do find with it that I'm going over the same areas, maybe a little bit more than I do in my DE, but it could just be this razor. Chris at iLeather uses a head blade, and he's been using the Gillette Fusion, which I have used before to great effect, but I just hated using it. Getting a little bit juddery there because there's not any lather left. And there is enough slickness with the Ginger's Garden, but it doesn't feel as comfortable to shave with residual slickness with this as it does with a DE for some reason. So I'm just going to lather up again. And then we'll finish off. Making a hell of a mess here. Another thing I'm noticing with this as well is I'm pushing quite hard. So it'll be interesting to see . Now one of my subscribers, I can't remember who it is now, was saying about Chris at iLadder when I said, well, why use cartridge razors, use a DE? And it actually brought the point, well, look how much time I spend on my crown. Well, I'm still having to spend this amount of time with 5 blades, because your hair grows all over the place. I don't know whether Chris at iLadder is getting full BBS with this. His hair might just grow in a perfect way. You can sort of get it. Mine doesn't, it grows all over the place at the back. I mean, I'm pushing pretty hard with this now, because it's not, it just doesn't seem to be getting it. Now, I'm telling you now, I would have finished this by now with a DE. And I know this shave has been pretty fast, really fast actually, so I'm not, time wise it looks like I've done a better job in time, but I'm still having to spend a long time, and getting into these areas as well is quite tough, I find, with the cartridge, to get above your ears tidied. It's just not getting it, it's not getting. It is not getting close enough. On my face it does a good job, because I don't go against the grain, so it's going to get as close as a DE. But on my head I get BBS every time with a DE, and I mean BBS, I cannot feel a hair. I'm not getting that with this. I'm still feeling hairs. It's getting there. See, what I might find as well with Chris at iLadder, if he's got a bald spot here, he's not got this issue, so of course it's going to be a lot quicker and easier for him. I think he did actually say that he's got a bald spot here that you don't see on camera, or it was thinning anyway. pushing really hard now because I have to get the blades close enough to my skin. I mean, it's doing an alright job. I've just got a feeling this is going to sting like buggery when it comes to aftershave time. Definitely don't have to mess about this much with my DE. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. It's not as close as my DE razor. The R41 gets closer than this. Albeit time-wise, it takes a bit longer, but it's because I have to take my time with it, not because I can't do it fast. I could probably do it fast and just as quick as that, but I'd run a much higher risk of cutting myself. Just going to rinse the razor off. It hasn't clogged up, still looks in good condition. It's pretty smooth. It's not, in my opinion on my head, it's not as smooth as using a DE razor. And I can understand what some people are saying. Is it Chris? Maybe Chris James, I can't remember. Memory's terrible. I can't understand what he's saying about you can hear it juddering sometimes in the back of my head, but a lot of that comes down to the blade being sharp. If the blade's sharp, I can just pull a DE razor up my head, no problem. That was pretty hard work. My shoulders now hurting quite a bit, aching because I've had to really push down hard on my skin. I mean, it doesn't look like I've got any irritation, which is good. What I'll probably do is I'll probably give the Mac 3 a run next time. Not next shave, but next time I use a cartridge, just to see how it holds up. Right, Thea's lavender. I mean, that's pretty smooth. Oh yeah, there's a lot of burn there. Yeah, and this is just from Thea's. Jesus. Yeah, a lot of burn. And quite intense burn, it's still burning now. Because putting that much force onto your skin with 5 blades is bound to do some sort of damage. I've not got any nicks or cut, which is great. It feels reasonably good. Right, soap today was Ginger's Garden Fig and Rum custom scent made by Arena Marchu. It is a superbly scented soap, tallow base. Looks like that. Oh, and it smells great. Scent strength out of the tub's a good 6, and then once you lather it up, it gets up to a sort of 7. If you use hot water, which I don't, it actually gets even further up. It's probably around about an 8 with hot water, because I think I first used this with hot water, and I do remember it being pretty strong. But it's the actual performance of the soap itself which blows me away. It's so slick. It lathers up so easily. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 good shaves. I'm not going to shoot it down. It is 2 good shaves. I am happy with them, but that really burned, and I'm not looking forward to this part. Nivea Too Faced for men. Is it for men? Yeah, it's Nivea Men. It's just going to burn like buggery. Yeah, oh Jesus. Yeah, it's really burning. I don't get this sort of intense burn when I use my DE. And it's just through overshaving, nothing else. But it's smooth. It's pretty smooth. But I've had to work for that today. Hold on, I've missed a bit here. There we go. I've had to really work for that. Whereas with the DE, I'm enjoying it. It takes longer, it's slower, but I don't have to work as hard to get that final product. I felt like I was going over and over and over with this thing. Great little razor, cheap as chips, really. I have seen another razor down there today with 6 blades. Disposable razor, but it's actually a cartridge razor, but it's disposable. You chuck it away when you finish all the blades. And it was like $4.75. I think it was made by Schick. So I might just pick it up just for the price. In terms of cost of cartridges, that's pretty good to get 6 cartridges with a razor for under £5, I think it was, under £5, so about £3. So if they last a long time, the blades, then it's not too expensive really, but they've got to be comfortable. That was pretty good on my face, pretty average on my head, and I can feel it now. It's really, the menthol's really kicking in now to try and help the skin. Right, while I'm on camera, I'm just going to finish off now with a bit of L'Oreal Men Expert Hydra Energetics for the beard, just to soften up a bit. It's got a lovely scent as well. I don't know whether I mentioned before, but the reason I got this is before I started DE shaving, I was growing a beard because I couldn't be arsed shaving anymore, hated shaving. So I bought all these other bits and bobs, and I shaved it off. And that was when I got an open shave at a barber that made an absolute arse of it. And I was red raw for 3 days, and that's when I thought, stuff that I found DE shaving, haven't looked back. I really enjoy it now. And I've got a good shave there, I can't really argue. There's not really any redness or anything. I feel a little bit irritated on my head, but other than that, nothing really. It's a little bit red down here. But yeah, not too bad. Now let's say I'm up at 22 minutes now, which is roughly what I could do a DE shave on my head at the moment with just this 2-pass sort of thing. So in my opinion, DE razor for head shaves wins hands down on at least this disposable anyway. But other than that guys, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.